Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to the Moving Toward Better podcast. I'm your host, Karen Bemis from movingtowardbetter.com, and I'm here to help you live your best life and let the rest go. Hello, my lovelies. Okay, I'm going to start off with a little chuckle. I am on my third recording of this particular podcast because the first time I just messed it up completely. And the second time I was halfway through and realized I was not recording. So here we go with try number 3 on Mother's Day 2020. So anyway... Look, I know it is a lousy year for holidays right now. I have been through, we've all been through Easter like this, and we've had a couple birthdays, and here we go with Mother's Day as well. Well, the most of the world is in quarantine still, or quarantine, lockdown, self-isolation. It's different depending on where you live. But there's still ways to make the day special for the mom or moms in your life. And I'm going to give you some simple, easy ideas to give mom a special day that is affordable, that's fun, even if you can't go shopping. Although I think a couple of them might include a little online shopping. So here we go. Number 1, get practical. I'm a person, if you've heard of the book, The 5 Love Languages, I am a person who is acts of service off the charts. I remember one of my oldest son, saying to his younger brothers one time, I overheard him and I was mad at them. And he's like, look, if you don't want her to be mad at you, just clean your room. She'll be fine. She'll forgive you. And he was right. I'm a person that, if you do that, that's lovely. So if you have kids, have them clean their room and actually clean the room. Don't shove it all under the bed, please, or shove it all in the closet. Been there, done that. That's not really cleaning. But anyway, clean a room, clean the house, clean the bathrooms, clean mom's car, just run a vacuum, wash the windows, do something wonderful like that. If you're in a part of the country where it's nice outside, do some yard work. Cut the grass, pull some weeds, sweep the porches. It can be something as simple as that. All those things for a mom who loves acts of service, those things count. Clean out the garage, or even sweep out the garage. Plant a garden, or pull some weeds in the garden for mom. There was a time where if somebody would have done a load of laundry for me, it would have felt like heaven, because I did so much laundry when my kids were younger and were involved in sports and band and all that good stuff and working. And it was just crazy. I felt like that's all I did was laundry some days. So those are some practical things you can do. You can also, if you've got a mom who likes this kind of thing, you can give her, number 2, give her some time off. Maybe she likes to sleep in. That might mean if there's small kids that dad has to take over for the morning. If you have teenagers, that's usually a pretty easy thing, because at least when my kids are teenagers, they all slept in. So we could all have done that. So if that's mom's thing, let her do it. Have a dinner delivered from a local restaurant if that's something that you're doing right now. That's in our household. We decided at the beginning of this that we are in a financial position and we are willing to take the risk once a week to order in. So we do that from a local restaurant, or we have a store here it's a butcher shop as well as a small store, and they're also the largest caterer in our area. So we have bought from them as well. And they have some pre-made dinners that you can cook yourself, which is really, really nice. So we'll do something like that. Or you can have a treat day for mom and make her favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or make her a special dessert. My kids do that kind of thing for me all the time. I happen to love chocolate mousse and I love creme brulee. And my middle son in particular has taken on making creme brulee, and he makes it better than anybody that I've ever tasted. And so every Christmas when he's around, that's my favorite part of Christmas is he makes some creme brulee for me. If you make mom a favorite dinner, part of the gift needs to be clean up the kitchen afterward. Because when my kids would cook for me early on, they would cook and then they would disappear. And my kids were not what you would call clean cooks. They were very messy cooks. So it was like, wait a minute, I almost feel like I'm getting punished for this lovely meal I just ate. So hint, hint, clean up the kitchen afterwards as well. The other thing you could do if you want to give mom some time off is give her some time to have a virtual girls' night. I'm sure all of you have heard of things like this where people are having, virtual pub nights or virtual nights out or virtual happy hour. Let mom have a virtual girls' night. Let her go into a room, close the door, and enjoy the evening with her girlfriends. For a mom who likes to have fun, fun is a relative term, truthfully. And I love hanging out with my family. Right now, obviously, I can't do that with a bunch of them. One is in California. One lives an hour and a half away. So that time is so minimized for me right now. But I love having a video call. Now, my kids are all still working. So the kids that are out of the house, they're all still working. And one is working a lot of hours. Actually, they're both working a lot of hours. So that does take some coordination. But that's what I told them I wanted for Mother's Day. I want a video call where I can see everybody's face all at the same time. And, you can order flowers or a plant or something like that. A lot of florists are open. I've also found some basket places that are open. I've ordered some baskets for gifts and things like that. And in my state, the drive-ins are open. So if you really need to get out of the house, you can go to a drive-in. You could take the kids, or here's another thought. If mom needs some alone time, dad or an older sibling could take the kids to the drive-in and give mom the night off. Just a thought. You could also, if that's not your thing, you can watch a movie and have like a special movie night with, again, mom's favorite treats so that she can curl up, watch a movie that she likes. Especially if you have older kids, they can endure that for a couple of hours. Do something that's going to make everybody laugh, that everybody's going to enjoy. Play a board game if that's something that your family does, or play cards, or work a puzzle together if that's something that mom likes to do. Everybody's idea of fun is just a little bit different. Maybe it's just going out for a family walk. If everybody would go and all the kids would agree not to argue, that might be a really cool thing to do. And then there's always the mom who's very sentimental. Now, I am a sentimental mom, so this stuff would work for me. I'm kind of more on the fun end of things. I like to have fun with my family. But actually, any of these things I've mentioned would be something that I would really enjoy having for Mother's Day. Now, that sentimental mom, your kids can write letters. It's a little late to do this as I'm recording this. I understand that. But you can get it done digitally pretty quick, or at least order it and then let mom know it's on the way. You can order a photo album. Better yet, if you have teenage kids, let them do it. They're going to do it much faster than any of the parents will anyway. The other thing is, if you've got a sentimental mom, pull out the old photo albums. If you could be with your mom, pull those things out. Look at from when the kids were babies. They love that stuff. That's sentimental moms just love that stuff. You could take those photos, if they're digital, instead of being in an album, make a movie out of them. Put her favorite music as the background music. And speaking of music, if your kids are good with digital stuff, make mom a playlist. You can make it on YouTube. You could make it on Spotify, whatever format mom listens to music on. Create a playlist of her favorite songs. If you don't know what they are, ask her. Ask her to name 10, 15 songs that she likes. Ask her about the music from when she was in high school that she used to listen to, that she loved when she was growing up. Those are all things that you can do. And finally, if none of those sound like the kind of mom that you have, ask. Ask mom what she wants and then do it. No, it may not be a big surprise and you may want to surprise her, but she may not want to be surprised. She may say, look, all I really want is this. And you say, okay, if you can make that happen, make it happen. It's not a big deal, right? So to recap really quickly, some different ways that you can help mom out. 1, get practical. Do some stuff around the house. If mom's always saying, if somebody would just, listen to that. If somebody would just clean up the bathroom, do a load of laundry, run the vacuum sweeper, any of those things. Number 2, give mom some time off. Tell her, we got breakfast, we've got lunch, we've got dinner. Any one of the 3, all of the 3. It's going to make mom really, really happy. Get her a bottle of wine if you can. Let her have a girls' night. Anything like that. Number 3, have some fun. Do something fun that mom thinks is fun. I know you may not think it is as much fun, but do something that mom thinks is fun. Number 4, get sentimental. Now, I know there's some moms out there who are not sentimental at all. Don't give them the sappy stuff. They're going to be like, thanks. And that is not what you want to hear from mom on Mother's Day. So, but for that mom who is sentimental, man, those letters, the pictures, the drawings, those things are special to them. Make sure that happens. You know, dads, here's the thing. If you're listening to this, in general, your kids will come home from school with something for mom on Mother's Day. That is not going to happen this year, friends. It is not going to happen. So you need to step it up just a little bit. So anyway, what I want you to do is I want you to check out the show notes, because there's a post that goes with this that will have all of the things that I've talked about already listed. I also have a book recommendation. You know, there's this woman, her name is Karen Bemis, and she actually wrote a book on motherhood. Actually, it's a book in praise of motherhood. It's called Everyday Heroes of Motherhood. And these are letters to what I call extraordinary moms that you'll never hear about otherwise. So hop into those show notes, check out the list of things that I've talked about already. There's a written list there so that you can take a look at that. And there's a couple of ideas of other posts that you can read that might give you some even better ideas, especially if you look at things based on mom's love language. Guys, I love you. I know this is not the best time for Mother's Day, but sometimes we just have to play the hand that we're dealt. And that's kind of how it is in 2020. Until next time, I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. At movingtowardbetter.com, it's our mission to help you live your best life and let the rest go. If you want to make sure you never miss an episode, subscribe to the podcast today. And then go to our website, movingtowardbetter.com, to sign up to be part of our email community. That way, you'll always have access to all the Moving Toward Better fun and shenanigans. As always, thanks for listening, thanks for being you, and have a great day. Love you all.